How's it? Today is February 22nd. It is Saturday. Um, I called Steve today and he said, "You want to work up to a heavy single for back squat?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude." So basically, I just went to a heavy one, and then I had 20% down for back off triples. He didn't tell me how many triples I should do, so I did five because it was it was no work at all. Um, I'm just pretty happy with how everything went today. After that, I did some behind the neck push presses, set to feel it out, so I was able to just do some triples up to a top set. Um, this is a big milestone for me because this is the first real squat workout I've actually done where I push as hard as I can um, with my sleeves on in about 8 months. Everything prior to this, even on Tuesday, was different from what I was doing in the past. Tuesday I had 5x5 at 275, but that was without my sleeves, and so um, my just the way everything moved was very different, and I'm really happy with how today went. My knee feels really, really, really good. It's like nothing even was ever wrong. Um, my upper back from yesterday, like it's not too big of an issue right now. It's almost never an issue when I have load the weight on my back. It doesn't hurt when I snatch either. So yeah, so here we go, getting into some bigger weights. This is a weight I haven't done in over 8 months. This is 345. So my technique has been the biggest improvement, I'd say, between how my knee is starting to work. Um, it's just I have better foot pressure, so my I don't get pushed back out of the hole. So my quads work for more of the movement longer. So I did 365. That was a little bit difficult, so I wanted to do 370. Originally coming into today, I had no idea how much I could do. I knew I was able to do 345, but beyond that, I literally had no clue how heavy I would go. So here's 370, which I think was better technically than 365. The only reason why I wanted to go to 370 instead of 375 was that 365 was a little off. I leaned a little bit to my left, so I didn't feel confident going to 375. I was able to make the correction from 365 to 370, but yeah. So here, I don't know. I'm looking at the video, it's just like, why did I give up? Um, I was frustrated in the moment, but I was really happy with 370, so I really can't complain today. And then 80% of 370 is 290 something. It's above 295, but it's not 300. I just decided to round it up to 300. And man, my technique has gotten a lot better. I don't rely on the bounces nearly as much. I still utilize it, but it's not. I think some people call it a hip slide. It's not quite the hip slide anymore. I can actually push with my quads out of the hole, which is the biggest issue I was having in the past. And as the weights or the sets moved on, my technique started to get uh, more ironed out, and I'm just really happy with how this is moving. 300 is not the heaviest weight for me. Like in totality, I was able to squat 405 in the past, but I don't think I was ever able to do 300 this smoothly, this cleanly when I was doing the 405. Um, but yeah. So my hips don't slide up out of the hole. nearly as much as they used to. They still do. It still happens a little bit, but that's to be expected. I'm not like my squatting is built on old habits. I tried to just redirect a little bit of my pressure, so this one was a lot better. I think this is my last set. I think also think it's my best set. Yeah, and then after that I just do some push presses. He said Steve originally said to do some push presses, and I told him that I was not going to do anything from the front rack because of what happened yesterday. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea." So he was like, "Yeah, you can still just do push presses, so just do them behind the neck." Um, and this isn't exercise that I'm super familiar with, so I wasn't sure how heavy I could go. I wanted to do a set of three so that I practiced the technique. Um, I didn't want to do a single because if I don't have good technique, pushing for a heavier weight is kind of pointless. Yeah, some of these look really easy, and then some of them in the same set look really hard. And that's just, I think, inconsistencies in my technique. I wanted to do 225, so from a jump from 200 to 215 was the only reasonable jump here. And this is actually the heaviest set that I was able to complete all three reps. That first rep was really bad. Not too much better. It was easily the best one of the three. So like I said, it's just my technique is really inconsistent. In the video, I just said, I don't know if I can do anymore. I waited 5 minutes and decided to go up to 225 because I'm stubborn. First rep was good, second rep not so good. And then I just kind of lose upward like momentum or force. I don't know. Yeah, not even close. Kind of similar to what happened on Thursday. Then I had a ton of kind of lightweight accessories afterwards. 80s on the dumbbell overhead walks were easier than I thought they'd be. So, yeah, it's the road to 115, 150.